Good morning. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court Civil Docket. For January 14, 2026, all matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all directives regarding remote proceedings. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Nanez, would you go ahead and call our first case?
Yes, ma'am. On page 1, calling cause number 2024 DCV 2837, Isis Gabriela et al. Versus Julian Garland Contreras et al. Announcements, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Manny Morgan for plaintiff.
Morning. Is anyone?
I believe it's Mr. Rincon. I did
Yes,
see.
ma'am. He is on right now.
Good morning, Mr. Rincon.
Good morning, Your Honor. I don't know. I'm very popular this morning. I was here.
Hey,
gun
you're
ho,
always
ready for hearing.
popular, Mr. Rincon. Always popular.
How are
Good
you
to
doing,
see
Your
you.
Honor? You look
I'm good.
fabulous.
Happy New Year. Happy
You
New Year
look-
to everybody.
You look ready to rock and roll in
I don't
2026.
know. Well, I might look at, I don't know, but it's been a bumpy 2026. I'll tell you that much.
A lot of work. So, Judge, I
Mhm.
was actually, we've got so many lawyers out taking depositions.
I'm sure.
What is the case that you're
This
calling right at this
is,
moment?
Isis Gabriela Aguilar versus Julian Garland Contreras and Saddle Up Express Incorporated.
Oh, that is my case. Yes, Your Honor.
Go. So
So-
we're here for a final civil pretrial, but we have a summary judgment on the 4th. What's
Your Honor,
going on?
this case is a little unique, just to give you some background.
Mhm.
This is an intersection collision, and we have filed a summary judgment.
Mhm.
Now, Mr. Kennedy, and we filed it back in September, the summary judgment. Mr. Kennedy, I know he got married and then went on a well-deserved honeymoon, and it was all wonderful. And then I got stuck in a trial. So he has requested that the summary judgment hearing be adjourned, and we're not opposed to that, to allow him to take the deposition of the corporate representative of the truck company. And we said, well, he would also like to depose the driver. And I said, well, if we're doing depositions, let's go ahead and depose the 2 occupants of the vehicle and the parents of the driver, because she was underage at the time of this accident. One of the sticking points here, Your Honor, is our driver, who's a former employee of Saddle Up Express.
Mhm.
He is a resident of the Republic of Mexico.
Mhm.
And to my knowledge, I can almost assure the court with 100% certainty, our office, nor anyone associated with the insurance carrier for Saddle Up, nor anyone at Saddle Up, has had an opportunity to speak to this driver about this lawsuit. So he is somewhere, I believe somewhere in Mexico. I don't know if he comes over to El Paso. I don't know if he's still in Mexico. He could be in Venezuela chasing the oil like everybody else. I don't know. Now, one of the legal issues, and this is literally one of those law school questions, Judge,
Oh, no.
is if you perfect service on a foreign national who was involved in a domestic accident, and that Mr. Kennedy absolutely followed the letter and the spirit of the law, okay? He served the Secretary of Transportation. The Secretary of Transportation for the state of Texas sent, because I presume, an envelope with the lawsuit papers advising this gentleman that he had been sued. But, Your Honor, there's absolutely no information, no evidence, no hint of confirmation that this gentleman ever received that envelope. And we have looked into the law on this, and not surprising, there isn't a lot of law. What the law is that there is a rebuttable presumption that the man, by virtue of having, by virtue of the secretary having sent the paperwork, there's a rebuttable presumption that he did get notice. But the truth of the matter is, Your Honor, I've never spoken to this man. He doesn't. I don't think he knows he's been sued. He might have a sense he was sued, but because he was involved in an accident, but he may not know he was sued. And I we were talking about, well, what are the due process rights of a foreign national? Now, here's the good news, and you know, the good news story. We don't need the driver in this trial. We're not disputing course and scope. We're not disputing that he was operating our tractor. He absolutely was doing it in furtherance of our business. That is not an issue. We'll stipulate to that. I'll get something on file. The insurance company is not going to take some kind of no coverage position for lack of cooperation because the man doesn't even know he's getting sued. So what we have, and I think Mr. Kennedy is absolutely correct, that he's entitled to take the deposition of our corporate representative and inquire more about this driver before being heard. We're being heard on our summary judgment. We respect that right. But I also explained to Mr. Kennedy with all this going on, it would make sense to me to adjourn the trial, not a whole long, because, you know, truthfully, Judge, an orthopedic injury, and I know it's an old case, but if we could get 90, 120-day reprieve from trial, we can get this thing worked up. One of the things that we're going to do is we're going to have to mediate the case. Now, I don't know if we're going to meet, you know, the case will settle, but the reality is that 99.9% of our truck accident cases where there's insurance settle. How about that for a statistic? So I think we need to take the steps to get us to mediation. And Judge, you know, because of these circumstances that are outside Mr. Kennedy's control and our control and the defense, I'm urging, and I asked Mr. Kennedy to get a motion for continuance on file. I don't know if he had time, but I think we need to just adjourn the trial date and get us set 120 days or so down the road, and we'll get this worked out and then send us to mediation. And we're not going to dispute that. We'll get the case mediated and hopefully settled. So that's the sum and substance of what's going on, Judge.
That's great. All right, Mr. Morga, are we in agreement with a continuance? Let me start there.
Yes, Your Honor, I think that it was just unclear to me what was actually agreed upon, but I think generally speaking, we do agree to continue the trial setting and continue the MSJ hearing, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me start with the trial setting. With the trial setting, I am going to ask, in light of, are you in agreement also with that timetable? I don't know that we can work you in about 90 or 100
No, you
days.
work us in whenever Your Honor's calendar allows us to be
Okay.
worked out.
I'm thinking it's the end of the year, but I'm going to ask
That's
Mr.
fine.
Hernandez to shoot me a trial date. Are we talking a week? You need a week on
Oh,
this one?
gosh, no, Your Honor.
No?
This is about a 2-day, 2.5-day trial.
Okay.
We got the accident on video. There is no arguing what happened.
Okay. So nothing special. I mean, everyone's special, but no. So we can look for a date that we can work. I think probably we're looking at the fall. And while Mr. Hernandez, if you'll look at that, I'm starting to think about, and I apologize for not being more knowledgeable on this new summary judgment rule, right? Where we have to rule within a time certain if it applies. This was filed back in February, I think. If I look, where is it? It was filed in February 2025. And so,
Your Honor, I will tell you, I will work with Mr. Kennedy to withdraw and refile, whatever we need to do to
that's
be
exactly what I
compliant.
was going to ask. Since there are still so many moving parts, you know, it might affect your summary judgment anyway. And so as long as there is an understanding and an agreement, I'm going to ask for a new scheduling order so that there's no disagreement about filing deadlines or anything like that. But with this new trial date, you're going to have a new mediation deadline. I am going to ask that you withdraw that motion for summary judgment, just because I think I'm going to be required to hear it on the 4th of February.
Yeah.
And you all can refile anything you need to refile with our new timetable.
That sounds perfect, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, you turned your video on. Do we have a date?
August 7th, Judge, is available?
Any date, Judge, will make it work. Somebody from our office will go down there and try this case.
Yay. August 7th then is the trial setting, which means about 30 days before that is your mediation deadline. So just keep that in mind. Let's just go ahead and use this as your scheduling conference, circulate the scheduling order, return it. I am with the notice that I have that summary judgment withdrawn, like something that you file. I will cancel the 4th of February and the 18th and the 20th, and we'll have new dates.
Great, Judge. Your Honor, does your chambers circulate the DCO?
Usually, I
Okay.
also will take, if you've done your own and you know, just want to redo it, that's fine as well. Okay?
Okay, Your Honor. I'll
And-
confer with Mr. Kennedy and his office.
All right, perfect. Anything else?
No, I think that's the only one I have. I've got to run to the courthouse now because I got an in-person with the 205th.
See you later.
Okay, take care, Judge. It's
Take
great
care.
seeing
Thank you, Mr.
Bye-bye.
Morga. Who's
Thank you.
next?
Judge, on page
Oh.
1, calling cause number 2024 DCV 5492, Yolanda Martha Moreno versus Omar Flores et al. Announcements, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Manny Morga for plaintiff.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christina McLaughlin for defendant Omar Flores.
And we are here also in final civil pretrial. How are we doing?
Your Honor, we've settled the matter. Our client is pending signing the releases. They were sent to her this morning. So I would say hopefully we get them today, and then I think an entry, maybe an entry judgment.
Okay, I'm gonna do 30 days. I think we're gonna be in trial, so 2 weeks doesn't make a lot of sense for me. We'll do 30 days and hope that you all have it squared away before then. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your
Thank you
Honor.
both. Have a good day.
Thank
You
you, Your Honor.
Who's next?
Judge, all the way to page 4, calling cause number 2023 DCV 1705, Elliot Berg versus Alex Zamora et al. Announcements, please.
Casey Stevenson for the plaintiff, Elliot Berg.
Daniel Gonzalez for the defendant, Alex Zamora.
All right, good morning. We're in final civil pretrial as well. I feel like we haven't seen you all in a bit. How are we doing?
Well, Happy New Year, Judge. We're doing well. We did our best to try to get this mediated about a week or so ago. It did not happen, and the plaintiff is ready to move it to trial.
Ooh, okay. The 18th of February. Let me look.
I think you have a docket call on the 18th of February, and then you have our case set to pick a jury on the 20th, which is a Friday, and also my daughter's birthday, so I'll always remember that. And then we start the following Monday.
Yeah, let me look at the panel. What kind of panels do we have, Mr. Nanez?
I'm sorry, Judge, for the date?
For the 20th, I'm sorry, Friday the 20th.
Friday the 20th of February, we have 120 in the ceremonial, Judge.
Okay. I
We
think
probably don't need that many, Judge.
no, we probably only need 80, but let me ask you, Mr. Nanez, how are we? How do I forget? How does Victor do it? Like, can he just cut the panel?
Yes,
And we
ma'am.
do 80 in the courtroom? Are you
Yes,
all good
ma'am.
with that, Mr. Gonzalez? Or do you want 120 in ceremonial?
No, I'll take 80. I don't think we need 120. I don't need to waste their time.
We
Huh?
probably don't even need 80, Judge, but whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I actually think if we could cut it down to 60, can you do it with 60?
I'd be very surprised. This is a breach of contract DTPA claim. I
Right.
can't imagine that. I mean, unless all the jury just hates like
Has strong
mechanics, maybe, or something.
has strong opinions about cars and mechanics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Mr. Gonzalez, what do you think about 60?
60 is fine. I mean, I don't think it's a complicated case in that
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
And again, unless people feel really strong about a certain issue, which I doubt in this type of breach of contract case, I think 60
Okay,
is fine.
so let's cut that one down to 60 and we'll do it in our courtroom so we don't have to bug Judge Chu for her court. And we'll get you the jury sheets. I mean, we normally get them like earliest Tuesday, Wednesday. I will let you know since we'll be in the courtroom. If you need to check on any of the technology or whatever, please coordinate with Mr. Nanez to do that. All righty.
And Judge, when will you want a jury charge or any trial briefs or anything like that at the?
We could do it by the docket call. Do you think you're going to need? I mean, I think I'm okay with that. I mean, yeah, I think.
I mean, I think it's straightforward, but I just want to make sure we're gonna have to have our jury, our charge conference at some point in time. But I thought maybe you might want to look at it beforehand.
Sure. I mean, by the docket call is fine. I think I'm good with that.
Okay.
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 All right.
Your Honor, so like any motions in limine, any motions pending would be heard on the docket call date?
We can. You know, I rarely on my civil cases have things like that are so simple. And so I usually set a separate time on Thursday. I think we can do it at docket call. If you'll just give us a heads up by like that Monday, what all you need to go over on the docket call, just so I can coordinate my docket that morning.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
We should be able to do that. Anything, yeah, and you all don't need to come in person for any of that, do you? Like, there's not anything that's super document intensive or would just be better done in person?
For me, no. I mean, we'll have a simple
Okay.
traditional motion in limine. We'll have the regular jury charge based on the pattern jury charges. I think we'll have a trial brief on some DTPA issues. Other than that, I think it's pretty basic.
Okay. Yeah, if it's that basic, I mean, we can handle some at docket call, and if we need to, right before we start jury selection, we can do that as well. Okay. What else?
Sounds like a plan, Judge.
I think that's it, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. We'll see you all.
Appreciate you, Judge. Thank you so much.
Have a good day. Take care.
Thank you.
You too.
Okay, who's next, Mr. Nanez?
Judge, back to page 2, calling cause number 2024 DCV 3102, Carla Zamora et al. Versus Alejandro Maldonado et al. Announcements, please.
Rob Edwards for defendants, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Christian
morning.
Knapp for plaintiff Carla Zamora. Judge, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Great. Happy New Year, folks.
Happy New Year.
Final civil pretrial. Where are we on this one?
Your Honor, I filed a motion for continuance that was agreed to by the plaintiff. I need some authorizations, and we still haven't taken depositions or mediated. And so
Is this your first trial setting?
it is.
Okay. All right. It's agreed to, Mr. Knapp.
Yes, that's right, Judge.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get you reset. The continuance is granted. I'm going to need a new scheduling order, though. Please keep in mind there is a mediation deadline on that scheduling order. Please adhere to the deadlines, and we'll get you squared away. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hey, Judge.
Okay, who's next? Y'all are excused. Have a good day. Who's
Thank
next?
Hey, Judge.
Judge, on page 4, calling cause number 2025 DCV 1603, LVNV Funding LLC versus Alma Beltran. Announcements, please.
Brianna Ojuku for the plaintiff, LVMV Funding.
All righty. So I have this down for a scheduling status conference. Is that right? Let me pull the case up. Anyone here on behalf of Alma Beltran? Has she been served? Miss Ojuku, has she been served?
Yes, we do show that Alma has been served. The response was due back in, I think, May, but we didn't have any response or answer
Has she
from.
ever appeared? That's weird. We would have your motion was filed back in May, and
Yeah.
then we had a scheduling conference. And you're requesting a bench trial. What is it that you're asking for?
Yeah, at this time, I think we filed a motion for default judgment because we didn't have an answer from the defendant. And from our knowledge, I don't think they've ever appeared in any of the court settings, and they haven't responded to the original petition or citation. So I don't know if the court would be
You
amenable
want a
to.
hearing on the default judgment?
Yes, Your Honor,
Okay,
if
so
possible.
let's do it in 30 days. We
Okay.
are on the 14th. So we'll do February 18th. Motion for default judgment on February 18th at 10:30 a.m. on Zoom. If you will prepare that notice of hearing and whatever contact information you have for Ms. Beltran, to include email, mail, regular old snail mail, that kind of thing, and send the notice out, because I'll be asking at the hearing on the status of if notice was sent to Ms. Beltran. Okay, so that's your hearing date. And that'll be on the default judgment. We'll go from there. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
Have a good one. You too. Bye-bye.
Who's next?
Judge, on page 3, we have Mr. Akers here, but I believe the case has been not suited.
Oh, really? Yes, Mr. Akers.
Hi, Judge.
Hi.
Plaintiff's counsel, I don't think plaintiff's counsel is here, but they emailed the court saying they're going to non-suit it any day now. So no objection.
Okay. Have we received anything, Ms. Hernandez? I admittedly haven't gone through all my emails this morning.
You did, Judge, but I don't
Okay.
think you had a chance to read it. And I told the
I did.
parties I would get back to them ASAP, but they did notify the court they're gonna file now soon.
Okay.
Mhm.
3, 2, Okay, Ms. Hernandez, if we can just have an internal deadline, like of, 2 weeks or so to follow up, and if not, we'll put another hearing. Thank you for appearing, Mr. Akers.
Of course.
You're
Thank
good
you, Your
to
Honor.
go. Bye-bye. All right. Where was that one? Page 3. Is it just us? Mr. Lopez, who are you here on? 2559.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Scheduling status conference.
Yes.
Miranda.
So, and actually, I thought Mr. Miranda had gotten substituted out by Blake Downey.
Oh, okay. Let me get to this one. Oral investments.
Um,
Oh, yeah. Motion for substitute counsel. Yeah, I see the motion. That's been a minute, so let me check my emails. So are you in touch with Mr. Downey or?
yeah, so I met with Mr. Downey last month. We're trying to see if we can resolve this case.
Mhm.
I messaged him a minute or two ago to let him know that I didn't see him on here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's responded yet. I'd be okay with a reset, Judge, for 30 days. He gave me some information for me to look at. So we could do just a status in 30 days so I could have a chance to look at it and see if this is something we'll be able to work out.
Sure. Let me just double check. Myrna, are you seeing? I'm seeing there is an agreed order granting defendant's motion for substitution of counsel back on the 17th. Or is that's for you, Mr. Lopez? Never mind.
Yeah, the parties switched attorneys, both sides.
Yeah, I don't have one from Mr. Downey that I see in my emails. So
Okay.
that's why he doesn't have. I don't have a problem.
And then I can let him know to make sure he gets either a formal appearance or substitution on file.
So we'll reset for 30 days, but yeah, he needs to file that because if not, it's just going to Mr. Miranda is what's happening.
Okay.
All right.
I will let him know, Judge.
Reset 30 days.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. Have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Baeza, you're here on the what? 4641 on the friendly suit?
Yes, I'm the ad litem.
Oh. Okay, I was thinking you were here on 3097. Okay. It looks like we still have some. Mr. Wallace, who are you here on?
Yes, good morning. I'm here on behalf of Sandra Mendoza for the friendly suit. Jacqueline Ambrose versus Sandra Mendoza, 2024 DCV 4641.
Okay. So we're just lacking Mr. Mundell?
Yes.
Okay, and we're a little bit early. Is anyone else ready, Mr. Nanez? Reckon? What about this motion to quash 3097 on the bottom of page 4?
Judge, the court received the notice that they wanted to cancel. That's the second time. That's the one you replied.
Oh, it is? I thought it was the other. I thought that was the motion with Mr. Martinez.
This one's on 2370 or
no, 2023 DCV 3097.
3097. Oh no, I don't have any information on that one. Sorry.
Mr. Baeza, are you still with Miss Labinotti's office?
I am no longer with Miss Labinotti's office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then. So we're missing Miss Labinotti and Mr. Mounts on 2023 DCV 3097. That's That's my confusion. Okay,
I will call him, Judge.
okay. Are we ready? No, we still need Mr. Mendel. Okay, I'm just gonna,
You want to tell me, for Miss Labinati, you want to tell me the name of the plaintiff and I can send her and her staff a
Griselda
message?
Barraza. I'll be right back.
Ma'am, on the Samsung, what is your name?
Jacqueline Ambris.
And she'll be here for the friendly suit.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nunez, what about on top of page 4, Bettencourt Valles with Mr. Jessup?
Page 4.
Mm-hmm.
No one's appeared for that one now, Judge. Let me make some calls to that one.
Okay.
Miss, somebody's gonna put you in the waiting room, okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, whenever, I think everyone's here on the friendly suit, so whenever Walter's ready, just let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you're there, Walter? All right. All right, so can we bring in Ms. Ambris, please, and Mr. Wallace? Good morning, Mr. Mendel. I do have the ad litem report. I see that it was filed. Is everybody ready to proceed?
Good morning, Judge. We're ready.
Okay. Calling cause number 2024 DCV 4641, Jacqueline Ambris versus Sandra Mendoza and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company. May I have announcements, please?
Good morning, Judge. Cal Mandel for plaintiff.
Good morning, Judge William Wallace III for defendant.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jonathan Baeza, ad litem for Evelyn Briones.
Good morning, everyone. We are here for our friendly suit. Mr. Mendel, how would you like to proceed?
Judge, Mr. Baeza is going to do the prove up.
Oh, okay. Mr. Baeza?
Yes, Your Honor. And Miss Ambris, I cannot see her on my screen. There she is. Ready, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Ambris, good morning. This is Judge Perez. You're being called as a witness in this case, and so I need to swear you in. If you would please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm any testimony you provide will be the truth and the whole truth?
Yes.
Thank you very much. You can put your hand down. Please state your name for the record.
Jacqueline Ambris.
Mr. Baeza, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Miss Ambris.
Good morning.
Miss Ambris, my name is Jonathan Baeza. I'm the ad litem for your daughter, Evelyn Briones. We've talked on the phone before, correct?
Yes, we did.
All right. And Miss Ambris, you brought this lawsuit against the defendants as the parent and next of friend of your child, Evelyn Briones, for personal injuries that happened December 11th of 2023. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're the mother and custodial parent of Evelyn Briones. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Evelyn, her date of birth was October 17th of 2008, right?
Yes.
And on the date of the incident, the date of the crash, she was 15, but here today, she's 17 years old, correct?
17. Yes, correct.
All right. And on December 11th of 2023, Evelyn was injured as a result of this crash, correct?
Yes.
And the injuries that Evelyn sustained as a result of that crash were to her back and her hip. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
And Evelyn, she was taken via ambulance to Providence Memorial. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then there were some later follow-ups with her pediatrician, Dr. Jose Luis de Anda. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Evelyn hasn't had treatment since 2023. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. And as far as you know, Evelyn has no other injuries related to this crash, correct?
Correct.
And as of today, Evelyn does suffer from some minor back pain, but nothing else that you're aware of, correct?
Correct.
And we're here today to settle Evelyn's case against the defendant. You understand that?
Yes.
And you understand that after the fees and expenses, the medical costs, that $11,667.44 is the amount that will be going to Evelyn.
Yeah.
And that's all the money that the defendant, Ms. Mendoza, will pay to Evelyn as a result of this incident. You understand that?
Yes.
And you understand that the money which will not be paid out to cover expenses resulting from the incident, I'm sorry, you understand that the money that's going to be paid out, the $11,667.44, is going to be put into the court registry until Evelyn turns 18.
Yes.
Okay. And you are voluntarily entering into a settlement agreement today, correct?
Yes.
You haven't been forced to do this or compelled to do this, or you're not under duress, correct?
Correct.
And you believe that it's in the best interest of Evelyn to settle this case today?
Yes.
And you understand that by not settling this case, you would be entitled to a jury trial?
Correct.
And you understand that a jury could award more or less money or no money at all as a result of a trial for Evelyn, correct?
Correct.
And you understand that by settling this case today, you're giving up that right to a jury trial?
Correct.
And do you understand that by accepting this settlement today on behalf of Evelyn, any existing injuries to Evelyn or any injury that may arise or develop in the future won't be paid for, won't be recoverable from the defendant?
Correct.
And based on everything that we've talked about here today on the record before this court, do you still want the judge to approve this settlement?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
I'll
Thank
go
you, ma'am.
back to you, Thank you, Ms. Umbris. Mr. Mendel, do you have any follow-up?
Nothing, Judge. Mr. Biasa did a good job.
Okay, Mr. Wallace, do you have any questions for Ms. Umbris?
Just two, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Miss Ambrose, you sued my clients on injuries on behalf of your child, correct?
All right.
You understand that you and your child are releasing my clients, and neither of you can bring a suit against her again with respect to this accident, correct?
All right.
And you believe this is all in the best interest of your child, correct?
All right.
Yes, ma'am. I'll pass the witness.
All right, anyone else have any questions for Ms. Umbris?
Nothing further from plaintiff, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Umbris. So I think I hear that I guess your daughter Evelyn is still having some pain or still has some effects from this accident, some physical effects. Is that
I
right?
have back pain, but
Is she still undergoing any type of treatment or anything?
no.
Okay. Okay. And she's in high school?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just to be clear, your opinion is that this is in the best interest of your daughter?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I hope she is continues to do well and better. And I'm going to, is there anything else, counsel?
I have emailed to the court the order approving the guardian ad litem fees, $2,500. Both parties have agreed, and also an order to invest.
Okay. I know I am a little behind on the emails from this morning, so I will review those. Assuming, of course, that they are consistent with the report that the ad litem provided, I am going to approve the settlement as being in the best interest of your daughter, Ms. Ambris. And as soon as I review that documentation to include approving the ad litem fee, I will finalize that and get those things filed with the papers of the court. Is there anything else you all need from the court?
Not on our end, Judge. Thank you so much.
Anyone else? All right. Thank you very much. Good luck to you, Ms. Ambris. Thank you, Mr. Baeza.
Thank you.
And
Judge,
Judge,
have a good day.
Mr. Baeza, go ahead.
for Miss Labanade, I don't, oh, Stephen Lucy's on. Okay, you're good.
All righty. Thank you. We're adjourned on the friendly suit.
Thank you.
Take care. You all can log off. Thank you, Ms. Ambris.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Lucy, you're here on the, oh, is it a motion to quash?
Yes, Your
Yes.
Honor. I want to advise the court that we did enter an agreement and we sent an order to the court.
Oh, okay.
Yes, prior to the hearing. My apologies, Your Honor.
Let me get back to that case. It was what you all entered some kind of agreement about what? Let me see. Let me go back. Let me pull the case up.
Yeah, we're circulating a proposed agreement. We're going to send it to the court shortly.
Okay, so you're requesting, it was y'all's motion to quash, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, alrighty. Sounds good. Thank you for appearing.
Yes, thank you, Judge. My apologies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let Mr. Mounts know.
Is he here? No?
I
Okay.
spoke to Mr. Mounts. He says he was not going to appear, and he said the same thing.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Well,
Okay,
now we
thank you,
have
Judge.
two folks. Mr. Silva, what are you doing here?
I asked him to appear in the middle of a phone call, but
Okay, so y'all are good to go.
okay. Thank you, Judge.
Have a good day. What else do we have?
Judge, we had Mr. Lopez here, but he left.
Ooh, Mr. Lopez
Aldo Lopez
on
on page
oral
4.
investments. That one's reset 30 days. The only ones other than the 11/15s that I see is that Ricardo Betancourt and Miguel Baez. Did we get
Yes,
a?
ma'am. I wasn't able to reach anyone from Veliches law firm, and Mr. Jessup said he was going to log on and did not.
Okay, so we'll wait.
Are the 11:15s also on Zoom?
One
Yes,
is and
yeah.
one is not.
Oh, I'm sorry. The very last one is
Yes.
in person.
Okay. Would you like me to, sorry. I can come up for that then?
It's an occupational license. Yeah, yeah.
It's up to the court's discretion if you'd like me to come up for that or not.
Sure, please.
Okay, then
Thank you.
I will be upstairs. Thank you.
We'll be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Mr. Nanez, this is the one from 10 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am. On
Mr.
page 4.
Hernandez and Mr. Morales?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Morning. Good morning, Your Honor.
Yeah, let me just call it real quick. 2024 DCV 1322, Ricardo Betancourt versus Miguel Valles. May I have announcements, please?
Yeah, Horacio Hernandez for the plaintiff, Ricardo Betancourt.
And Jorge Morales on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Baez.
All right, so we were scheduled for a final civil pretrial, but it looks like we have an amended scheduling order back in September. Well, that's probably how we got here. What's going on in this case?
So just to make you aware, Your Honor, and I'm stepping in because the previous attorney is no longer with the firm. But I presume that I'm going to be the one handling everything, getting this facilitated. But I think the essence of the last status conference that you had with this case was related to our inability to communicate, contact, reach in any capacity Ricardo Betancourt, the plaintiff. We've made several attempts. And I presume that the previous attorney was going to withdraw, but I don't see that there was one filed. So on
What
our
are you
end,
talking about? When you say the previous attorney, like within your firm?
correct, who's no longer with
Okay.
the firm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, within our firm, correct. I'm more of a senior attorney here, so I'm supervising, facilitating of anything that's kind of left unfinished. But we've made dozens of attempts to communicate with this plaintiff, and there's been no communication whatsoever, at least since the last status conference, which I think was in August, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we had, yeah, the final judges, parties appeared and agreed to additional few months for trial.
Yeah, I assume that it's allowing us to so there needs to be a on our end a withdrawal, and then obviously if the court grants it, then that's that. But otherwise, we have not at all communicated or been able to communicate after several dozen attempts to locate the plaintiff. He is MIA.
So we need to get that going, right? If this
Yes,
is
Your Honor.
outstanding,
Absolutely.
because we have a trial in February.
You'll have something on file by the end of the week.
Okay. All right. As soon as you do, please let my coordinator know and request a hearing on it.
Certainly.
To the extent I can get that. So when I say if you're filing that motion, well, you will be filing that motion. Please make sure that you send some type of verifiable notice of withdrawal to Mr. Betancourt at whatever last contact information you have for him. Please include the Zoom ID in that notice. I mean, I'm very comfortable saying that I'm going to set this for a hearing on the motion to withdraw in 1 week.
Certainly. 1 week from today, I can notice it for that day.
So that's the 21st, and we'll do it at 10:30 a.m. So please file that motion today and get that notice out. If you can send it certified, if you have an email as well, send it to the email, because when we come back, it's what I'm going to ask is if we have some attempt at notice. Okay.
Okay, we will send, yes. And then do you want me to go ahead and file notice of the hearing for that 10:30 date? Okay, for that 21st at 10:30. Perfect. I will do that.
Mr. Hernandez, if I may, we were unaware of the other attorney leaving the firm. We were trying to contact him for depots. Now we know that maybe the issue with that.
Yeah.
But we were contacting that other attorney. Could you give me your email?
Sure. And I have your email here. Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's H as in Harry, L as in Larry, H as in Henry, at bergquistlawfirm.com. I got an email from your office yesterday from Emmeline Finch.
Okay.
She has my email.
Just double checking, because I do know that we did email you a little bit last year, a status and for some dates, but it was only sent to the previous attorney, so
Understood.
you probably did not receive that.
Okay.
All right. So we'll come back in a week on that motion to withdraw. Please file it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize for the delay.
No worries. Thank you. Okay. So we're still not quite at our default. Let me see. All right. Well, I'll take another quick break.
Hello, ma'am, are you there?
Yes, good
Hi.
afternoon.
Yeah, then you're handling the other LVNV?
Yes, I'm representing LVMV funding
Okay.
versus Erica Trinidad. Case is 2025
Yes,
DN 1418. Okay.
yes, ma'am, perfect. We'll do your
Thank
be
you.
with shortly.
The interpreter is here. Would you like me to send her in to the front?
No, ma'am, we're gonna have the meeting there in the courtroom, or the meeting hearing there in the courtroom, so as soon as,
Where would you like her to set up?
just where she's at is fine till we get get in there and get set up. I'll be right there.
Miss Ojukwu, are you there? I apologize.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
pronouncing your name. Can we quickly do the it's past 11:15, right? That's what I was waiting for. Okay. All right, let's quickly take care of the default, but I'm going to ask, did you send notice to Erica Trinidad about today's
In regards to her default here, let me double check the case, Your Honor.
So the order setting hearing was back on the 18th.
Just checking the file. I apologize for the hold, Your Honor. Mhm. I don't see that we sent a separate notice directly to Miss Trinidad. I know the court issued, of course, the order setting this hearing, but I do not show that we separately sent notice or notified Miss Trinidad of today's hearing.
We're going to reset it for 30 days. We're going to put it at the same time as the other one you had today, which was February 18th at 10:30 a.m. And if
Okay.
you would do with that information, if you would go ahead and in some verifiable ways send out a notice, we'll take care of both of them on the 18th, okay?
Okay, sounds good, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Okay, so now we're in person, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get a hold of Mr. Lozano, because I haven't seen him yet.
Okay.